friends, welcome to the lecture series on formal language and automata theory, paper code IT 403. Myself, Mr. Trilip Chakraborty, Assistant Professor from the Department of Information Technology, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. So today our topic of discussion will be non-deterministic finite automata. So up to last day, we have covered deterministic finite automata. So today we will see what we mean by non-determinism and how we can create the subsets for a non-deterministic automata, finite automata. So let's look at that. So a non-deterministic finite automata has the ability to be in several states at once. So transition from a state on an input symbol can be to any set of states. So non-deterministic finite automata has a special ability. It can be in several states at once. So deterministic finite automata we have seen the term deterministic means that at any point of time the machine can be at any particular state or the transition can be at any one particular state, right? But non-deterministic finite automata has the ability to be in several states at once. So transitions from a state on an input symbol can be to any set of states. So how non-determinism starts? There is one starting state, just like DFA, except if any sequence of choices leads to a final state. Intuitively, the NFA always guesses the right. So the transitions from a state on an input symbol can be to any number of states. That's a very important point. And it starts with one particular starting state and it accepts any sequence of choices which leads to a final state. Intuitively, the NFA always guesses the right choice. That means because there are multiple number of choices available to the NFA for any one particular input. So the question comes how the NFA will decide which move to make. So here we conclude that intuitively the NFA always guesses the right move for it. So is the example the moves on a chessboard. So you all know in chessboard there are squares. So if we particularly look at them, each square can be described as one particular state. And inputs are moved to an adjacent red square and B moved to an adjacent black square. Starting state and the final states are in opposite corner. So here is one pictorial description or problem statement. There are 9 squares, 1 to 9. Inputs are moves to an adjacent red square, B moves to an adjacent black square, and the starting and final state are in opposite corners. Right? So if you look at the diagram at the right hand side, the square depicts how the pieces are moving. So from 1, it can either go to 2 or 4. It is shown in the diagram. If we take 2, Then see from 2, there are 3 destinations: 1, 3, or 5. 3 black destinations, right? So depending upon the choices, if we choose 4 at the first state, so from 4 we can move to 1, 5, and 7. These 3 squares, black, 1, 5, 7 black squares. So here we can see the non-determinism feature. That is, it is not decided beforehand that which move will be carried out. So there are possibilities. For a DFA, it is predetermined that for any particular move, what can be the output state. There is only one output state, right? But here there are options for non-determinism, and henceforth we can see how the options are growing. When state 9 is reached, then we will accept it, as we have declared that 9 is the final state. So final state means that we have reached our destination. So this was an example of how NFA works. Now let us move toward the formal definition of NFA. So here there is a finite set of states, typically Q, that is capital Q, that is the number of finite set of states available in the NFA. An input alphabet, sigma, just like DFA. A transition function, typically delta. A start state in capital Q is called Q0. A set of final states, capital F, which is a subset of capital Q. Right? So the difference between the definition of DF and NFA, you can look that a set of final states are needed here, capital F, and delta, transition function. That definition is different than a DF. So transition function of an NFA, delta Q is a set of states, and it extends to strings as follows: basis delta Q comma lambda delta. So there is lambda transition, and induction delta Q comma W, the union over all states P in delta Q comma W of delta P comma A. So thank you for today's lecture.